Hello, everybody, and welcome to AVGL Summer Series Playoffs. We got round one, so we got St. Clair versus Heartland Community College. This is St. Clair Gold. So, my name is Nicholas Kermit Malash. Beside me, we got Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danners. How are you today?
I'm definitely doing well and extremely excited. We have such a long evening ahead of us here, a long afternoon, possibly into the evening as well, of just constant Rocket League action. There's also League of Legends happening on the CSL stream as well, so our Saints are absolutely busy today, and I absolutely love to see it. Of course, starting off here in AVGL Summer Series for round one, we were going to hop in with Saints Green, but they actually got blessed with a forfeit win off the start, so we're going to get on with St. Clair Saints Gold as they take on Heartland Community College, which is a team we've not seen in action as of yet.
No, we have not. So it's interesting, and I was looking for the rosters, and thank God AVGL has an awesome website for the brackets. And for their roster, they have Cody RL, Cornbread, and Haxon. So, and for your St. Clair squad, you have Jay, Comp, and I believe Kamal. So.
Yeah, it is Kamal, because AVGL was one of the is the one league when we were just first starting with our two teams, and we're still trying to figure out like who plays best with what. So Kamal is here on the gold roster for this one. Meanwhile, majority of the time in all the other leagues, it is Spoods. So something definitely to keep in mind. We'll see Spoods later on the green side of things, but just a couple more moments before we do hop into the matchup here. But one thing I do want to quickly take a look at, if I do have a second here, is the bracket actually for today's event. So we're going to see our Saints. They are pretty much right at the tip top here. Of course, we see Heartland up there with us in the top left. And we see Saints, they already got the blessing, like I was saying, with the winner of the next match. Either way is going to be an exciting one between my fellow production rivals over at Boise State University or Oregon State, which is still a fantastic squad in itself. So we will be, like, as long as everything does line up correctly, hopping in with the St. Clair Saints Green squad right after this. Meanwhile, the St. Clair Saints Gold squad, they're going up against either FSU or BSU, depending on how the bracket shows up. However, not that they're going to have an easier time, but they are going up against two teams that are going to be a little bit lower seeded. So I would imagine they should be able to take this just fine. And if all goes well, our Saints would get the opportunity to play each other at the very end of this bracket here at the semifinals, which would be on AVGL stream if that does end up happening. And it would be quite interesting, considering I don't think our teams have actually competed against each other since the Quebec tournament there about a month ago, so it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, and you know, I'm excited for Saints Green squad. They're either going up against Boise State, which is a phenomenal team. Well, I mean, they're both phenomenal, so I mean, it should be a good game. And same with Gold. If we do pull out a win here against Heartland, we do either go up against FSU or BSU.
Right.
This is their FSU Black squad, so I'm not sure if we played these guys. I don't believe so, looking at the roster.
Right, because FSU had like 5 different teams in this league.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're competitive like their main roster. That is just unbelievably good. Good is an understatement, and I don't know how that's going to work, but it should be an interesting series for both squads. So I'm excited for tonight, and then, I mean, it's only going to get tough from here.
Absolutely. Now, before we do hop into the swing of things, of course, players are loading into the lobby, just waiting for a couple more there from Heartland. But big thank you to, first, everybody for tuning in already, showing the support for our Rocket League squads. And then, of course, to the sponsors that make this all happen, between St. Clair College, Zeckelman School of Business and Information Technology, St. Clair College Alumni Association, St. Clair's SRC, and Subway and Tim Hortons. Welcome back, Subway, by the way, for the broadcast here. Good to have you back, and thank you to everybody to help keep this functioning here, the St. Clair Saints varsity esports side of things.
Yeah, it's good to see a few more Subway hop on the sponsorship or board. So maybe we'll see another throughout the year. Maybe you never know. Maybe we got something up our sleeves or something. But...
Yeah, I mean, September is still a little ways away, and I know the marketing squad has been going absolutely nuts trying to get as much support, because of course, in regards to sponsorships and such, like, anything that we get is just going right back into the program, whether it be hosting events or being able to just like give the bigger number scholarships to those players who definitely deserve it. So it's all coming back around in the end. Thankfully, we do have the Heartland squad just about to load into the match, so we'll get right on into it, get into the field, get ready to see our first matchup of the evening. I keep thinking it's an evening. I'm so used to casting at 8 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock, but it's still nerd morning here on this event, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Players are lining up on the field right here, right now. Without further ado, let's get to the action.
Yeah, I'm excited for this matchup. Saints have been really strong throughout this AVGL season, and I mean, they might make it pretty far in the upper bracket. And I hope they do, but again, I'm not going to be biased. So I just want good matchups throughout the afternoon and evening, into the evening. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing we didn't mention in regards to the format of this AVGL tournament, it is a double elimination, so everybody has a second chance. So see Dante barely going to get denied there by Comp. A good save there, but a good shot as well. Going to now force Jay to make a move, and actually it's basically used as a golf tee and just sends that thing right into the corner.
Yeah, Saints are going to try and slow this down as the Heartland gets the double commit, and they actually make it work. And Saints trying to turn this around and get an early lead. Kamal is going to go for a shot, but just wide.
Yeah, now it's a drag race there back into the Heartland goal, but very nicely done there from King Trenton, I think, who was able to stop that in its tracks just by getting a wheel on it. We see Kamal now coming through the center, but there is somebody back there. Kamal, one more touch, but a huge save from Cornbread. Rebound is not going to go towards the net, kind of lobs it up like a volleyball shot, looking for the spiker, but there was no spiker to be found this time by. Kamal takes it into the corner, trades it into the center. Careful, awkward bounce, but they're going to keep this safe. Comp with the demo, and now Cornbread has control.
That is a clutch. That is a key, not a clutch, a key dump right there to clear it out of your end. Good contact, and you know, you only had 2 players on the field at that time, so it shuts St. Clair's opportunity down, and Heartland looking to get a shot, and Comp with a big save.
Good shot, good save all around, and now this is Comp's opportunity to break out here. Dante Maz still here in the defensive zone, trying to keep it safe. Kamal off the backboard. We see this time and time again there from the Saints, but nicely done from the Heartland squad to interfere with Jay up in the skies to at least make sure that one-timer attempt didn't go through, but a huge angle from Jay to capitalize on the final touch here from Comp as he bounces it off of Trenton in the corner, just kind of lobs it up, a bit of an awkward angle, but tucks it barely underneath that crossbar, and Saints take the lead here in this series.
Starting off like you finished yesterday, scoring early. So it's good to see Jay on the scoreboard early, and I mean, that was just, I think that was just a little bit of luck there with nobody in net, as Kamal's gonna get an opportunity from Comp. Again, Comp with 2 assists already, and you're just asking, playing that your fourth player, actually, your backboard to Kamal and give Saints a 2-0 lead.
I mean, this is kind of what we saw a lot yesterday, too. I know, like, hovering over the chat, seeing what's going on, everybody was giving Spoods compliments. Everybody was giving Jay compliments for finishing the job. The Comp is just the silent killer in the background, setting everything up for everybody else. Maybe not necessarily finding the goals himself, but still the absolute playmaker, helping Saints get on the board twice here in this one. Now, with just over half the game left to go here, Comp on the way once again. Maybe he wants to put on a little bit of a show. Nice little flip reset. Not quite going to find the shot he was looking for, however. Going to pass it off to Jay. Sends it towards the front, and Kamal finishes the job. That is going to be the second goal of the game here for him after the pass from Jay. A little bit of a backboard bouncer. Puts it towards the nets and finishes the job quite nicely. Cornbread, so close, but not quite going to get it this time.
Yeah, it's definitely all players from the Saints are looking good with the passing. The team chemistry is going to be key for moving farther in this, as that's going to be a shot and, you know, just over the net. And I don't know if Saints players saved that or just didn't get an opportunity there. And Saints, again, going to center this. And who's there? Kamal.
We got the 1-2. We're looking for the final punch, but not quite going to find it this time by. It's going to go across the field. Comp has it and ready to go, though. A little bit of boost in the tank, not a whole heck of a lot. Look for maybe one more touch, do a little bit of a roof slide, try to get one more reset, but not quite going to find it this time by. Meanwhile, Kamal right at home. Nice check, actually, right there from the Heartland defender to just shut that down instantly, not letting Kamal get fancy in the skies.
Yeah, if you can't make it to the ball, at least hit the player, and you know that's what happens. Is dangerous play by Jay, and King Trayton almost had an opportunity there.
I mean, no harm, no foul, but I was definitely holding my breath for that one. Of course, the no-go zone, as it's been referred to from just like Canadian Tire hockey. But we're going to see now in the middle of the field, Jay in control. Kamal's loaded here. He could find a rebound here if Jay wants to pass on over. Actually, Comp is going to just get a little bit of a drive-by and secures goal number 4, his first one here of the game. It's what we like to see. A little bit of a handoff of sorts, and again, the goaltender's right there. King Trayton was so close, but not quite going to find it.
Yeah, that's definitely good for St. Clair having this 4-0 lead. Probably, I'm not saying it's over yet, but just by the scoreboard, I think game 1's over. But I'm not. You never know what could happen. We've seen some pretty crazy things, and it starts with 1 goal. So I think that's what Heartland needs to do, is just score a goal, and anything can happen.
Oh, come on, no boost, Flipperino. No, not quite, but it's still there in the... Actually, King Trayton putting it towards his own net actually stopped that goal. So beautifully done, risky, but makes it work. Comp coming in for the double, not quite gonna find it. Jay, Kamal, oh, unfortunately lobs it up. Okay, huge save from Kamal on the other net, but it's A-okay. Cornbread, drag race, there's Jay, and he's going to be able to beat him out. So best case scenario here for Heartland, as Saints tried to set something up and unfortunately missed the execution, and Cornbread just able to take it from his own zone and send it all the way back in to breathe some life there into the squad, knowing that they could capitalize on a mistake. But even still, 3 goals at this point, I'm calling it here. I'm thinking this one's done in Saints' favor.
3 goals in 30 seconds. Not impossible. We've seen it before, but definitely difficult. And yeah, I mean, you need to score almost kickoff goals in order to try to tie this thing up. But with time winding down with 15 seconds left, it's over. So Heartland definitely needs to do a few things, but again, a little bit defense and a little bit of goalie, as that was close for St. Clair, and ball just needs to hit the ground, as I think Heartland's going to try and keep the ball up, and they don't, but if they did, I think that would have been a goal. But so Heartland looking pretty good. I mean, the offense, St. Clair threw everything they had at them early on, and I mean, as soon as St. Clair scored 1 goal, it just looked like a goal fest from there. And I mean, Comp leading that scoreboard with 2 assists and a goal, and that's pretty good. I mean, he's a good team player making these plays, and they look good.
Absolutely. I always give the praise to the goal scorer, but it's of course a team effort at the end of the day here. So it's always good to see the player popping off in regards to assists, but as well as getting themselves on the goal feed as well. Now, game 2, we are now underway. Saints are going to be up 1. Start things off here, and I do believe still best of 5 action all day here today. Of course, Rocket League, one of the quicker esports, so best of 5s are A-okay. And what a bounce, actually. Comp is just going to force it up into the defense of Heartland, and basically uses King Trayton as a bit of a wall for himself to get a nice little angle. It's one way to start this game.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened there, and looking at the replay, and I also have the stream up on my top monitor, and looking at that again, it was a backwards pinch, so that's unfortunate for Heartland early on in this game, as that's only 15 seconds in. And I mean, it is a best of 5, so losing that first game isn't a big thing. And Dante, that is a huge save to keep him down by only 1.
Yep. And that one was definitely nuts. We see another shot on target. Kamal going to come in from the save, though. Perfect rotation to get there right at the right opportunity. Jay now in the Saints zone on defense. Nice clear. This is on target. Trayton's going to have to go back and redirect this thing. Otherwise, that could have been on target. Another shot by Kamal. Another huge save, though, by Trayton. So going to hang on for Heartland. Just try to keep this at 1 right now.
Yeah, all like we seen yesterday against U of Windsor. As long as you can be good on defense, shut down the pressure that Saints give, then you can turn around and score. And that's how University of Windsor did win that 1 game, and they had multiple opportunities to win the other games, just didn't go for them. So for Heartland, you just have to withhold the pressure from Saints and turn it around, get a good clear, and stuff can change, and you can easily tie this game up.
Now, in the midfield for this one, still over 3 minutes left to go. Heartland, of course, has plenty of time to make the play if necessary. And we see Drayton going up with Jay. They're going to just kind of neutralize each other. Cornbread, unfortunately, just going to sail past that one, which could have been a solid centering pass opportunity, but no harm, no foul, really. It is going to be Kamal dumping it in, but at least it's not going to result into the goal off the start. As I wait for myself to be completely wrong, but it's not going to happen at least right away anyway. Cornbread in the net, doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of boost, so he's not going to be able to get there, and Jay is going to punish him for it. Unfortunately, the last line of defense there for Heartland had no boost left in the tank. He could not reach it in time, and Jay going to absolutely capitalize on it.
St. Clair slowed that ball down so much. I was not expecting. Normally they're fast paced and everything, and then out of nowhere they just slowed it down and, you know, controlled the ball, and that's what they did, is take a 2-0 lead just under halfway through this game. So I mean, there's still time for Heartland to do it, but they definitely can't let more goals like that go in, and they need more opportunities.
Yeah, one more, and I'm just going to say right now, I think this one's done. Like, if Saints can get themselves that 3-goal cushion, I don't think they're letting that go. They've just been showing that they've been just a little too dominant in regards to being able to just constantly put it into the other side of the field and into the other side of the net. And I think that is going to be the deal sealer as we see Jay set up Comp once again here. I was giving Comp tons of props about being the playmaker, but now he's actually getting an opportunity to be the goal scorer, proving me wrong. Commentator's curse at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. But it's all for a good cause, I suppose, if you say that.
Yeah, and I mean, here's going to be another nasty goal. I don't know, man. Jay is just one of those all-around players that he can pull stuff off like this. Oh, I don't know.
That looked completely unthreatening, and then it was a goal. Like, how? How does he find these shots? How does he find these angles? And that nice little pop fly there from Comp as well to set that all up in the first place. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, and I mean, the chemistry between Jay and Comp is just one of those top-notch chemistries where they can set each other up. And I mean, we've seen in game one where Comp set up Jay a few times, and then we just seen Jay set up Comp. And I mean, the chemistry leads to trust, and like, I mean, that's the biggest issue. You have to trust your teammates that he's going to make contact with that ball, and I think that's done a good thing here for St. Clair. But Dante is going to put Heartland on the board.
They got to put him on the board. A little bit of an awkward bounce here in the center, and Dante is going to absolutely capitalize on it. Nicely done. Puts them within 3. I still think that that's going to be too little too late here for Heartland, but I don't mind being proven wrong, so let's see what you got, Heartland.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe a surprise kickoff goal for Heartland. Or a couple of them. We'll see them. They have a minute and a half left to work with, so it's not a lot of time, especially against his St. Clair squad, but I think it's enough time. And anything can happen at this point. It is Rocket League, so. But St. Clair's going to get a shot on net here. And I don't know who that was, but he kicked it away. And another shot here, and off the crossbar twice.
The savior of all teams, the crossbar, coming in clutch twice here for Heartland to at least keep this within 3. And now one more time for the Saints. Let's make that a second time. Drayton can't catch a break here in the Saints zone. And now Kamal trying to lobby this up here for Jay. Cornbread with the interference, and he's going to be able to try and turn this into an offensive opportunity. Kamal going to deny it, however. Comp looking for that redirect. Not quite going to find it, but they still have the pressure here in the Heartland zone. Jay up in the skies, lobs it up, but it's actually a battle between Comp and Drayton. Comp's going to win that one. Wins his out on his 1v1, but now, unfortunately there for the Saints, it's a drag race to the back. Dante on the charge. Drayton's there as well, but Comp a little bit of a pit maneuver to slow him down. Nicely done.
Again, we're back in that 3 goals in 20 seconds now, so I just don't see it happening. And I mean, they needed that goal with just over a minute left, and they got denied twice from the crossbar, so that just puts a little salt on the wound, unfortunately. And I mean, the ball just needs to hit the ground now, and St. Clair has a series commanding lead.
Crossbar giveth, crossbar taketh, apparently, here for Heartland. Unfortunately, saving their bacon, but also kind of Just shutting them down a little bit as well. So Saints going to go up 2-0 here in this series. One more to try and get themselves that full 3-0 sweep. Of course, goals this time by 2 from Jay, 2 from Comp, and they both got themselves an assist as well. And to be fair, Saints didn't really have to do a whole heck of a lot of defense. Kamal being credited with the only save here in that game. So just goes to show how much time the Saints were just spending in the Heartland and how little that Heartland could really try to push the other way.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that, I mean, St. Clair lit the shots up that game. They had 10 shots there, so I think they're right around 20, maybe a little bit more. And the shots coming from Heartland, they are on net, and they're good quality shots. They just, St. Clair's defense just not letting it have it. And I mean, I think there was more than one save there for Saints. It is just credited on the scoreboard as one, so I think definitely they can, you know, pull off an upset here in Game 3, but St. Clair has all the momentum.
I mean, that was a good little start there from Heartland. I like what they were looking for. They were looking for the pass. It may have been a little bit slow, but the setup opportunity was there. They're communicating, but now Saints charging through the other side. Cornbread, good job pushing this over to the side, at least keeping it out of harm's way. But now Jay picks it up, a little bit of a lobber, not quite going to find it. Dante with the big save there. And we're going right back there once again, but I don't think there's any Saints in position to take advantage of it, as they were all, not triple committing, but they are all definitely past the halfway point of the field, so they would have to retreat for the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the chance that Heartland has to put themselves in the lead, but St. Clair gonna get a shot on goal from midfield, and Jay is gonna put it on the board early with an assist from Kamal.
That was basically perfect angle. Comp didn't even need to get a piece of it, just perfect angle, perfect speed. Lobs it right on in from the halfway point. So a nice start here for St. Clair. Just over a minute into the game, gonna get themselves the lead once again. Force the Heartland squad to play once again with the fire under their rear to try and get something going rather quickly. Otherwise, it's going to be rather feels bad if you're kind of trying to find a goal last second for your winner's bracket life this early in the tournament.
Yeah, they definitely need to score quickly, or else I think St. Clair will get another comfortable cushion going. And my mistake for saying Hartford, I've been watching some old-time hockey as that goes off the crossbar for a third time in 2 games. Or fourth time there in 2 games. So Heartland getting lucky as I was gonna say as I say that St. Clair scores, but a big save there by Dante. He's been pretty good in net, so it's definitely good to see that. And I mean, St. Clair has an opportunity here. Kamal's gonna fake the flick and
nicely done. He just takes it all by himself, too. And the Comp's right there for assistance if necessary. The little backflip, though, to make it seem like the shot was coming, but that was actually not the case at all. Tricky, Kamal. I like it.
Almost hit a musty flick. That's what they call it in the Rocket League world. And so close, and it gives St. Clair a 2-0 lead. So this does not look good for Heartland. They definitely need to score soon, as we are just over halfway through this game.
Oh my goodness. The king of angles coming in clutch here once again as Kamal lobs it up from a shot that looks like, oh no, he's just going to hit the backboard, right? Nope, grounder of all things. Puts it right into the bottom right-hand corner, and Saints find themselves up 3 with still half the game left to go. I'm thinking it's good night, Heartland. Yeah,
St. Clair getting in their comfy spot. 3-goal lead. We've seen it both games again, and almost another goal from Comp. And it is just not looking good, as might be a demo, as they need to score really quick here. As I said that again, but now it's goal, or I think it's over.
Yeah, you can't really score if you're in your own zone unless Jay manages to find a cross shot goal and just prove me wrong, but the likelihood of it is rather low. Speaking of Jay, redirection, but King Trayton with just enough of a bumper on it to put it onto the post. Beautifully beautifully done, beautiful save on his part. But still, you can get as many nice saves as you want. That isn't going to increase your score here in this Rocket League matchup here. So they need to find some offense. They need to find it quick. Otherwise, they're going to be doing this tournament the hard way down in the lower bracket.
Mole just went bar down to probably put that game away. And I mean, that was just incredible. And we do have an update here. Your Saints Gold, this squad will be versing. I shouldn't say will be, it's not. This series isn't over yet. But if they do win, they will be versing BSU Orange in the next round. So stick around for that. But we got just over a minute left, and unfortunately, I think this is over for Heartland.
Yeah, so far dominant display. A nice little pinch to finish things off there from Comp to get himself on the board, I think, for the second time in this game. I'll have to fact check myself in a second, but just takes it all by himself, and I love it. Just pinch it on the ground, sends it right into the corner. A fast, but yet perfectly accurate shot. That's what you love to see.
Yeah, it's definitely what you like to see, and I mean, for the other squad, we are still waiting to see the winner of Boise State and Oregon, so I'm not sure which one we will be casting after this game, but stick around and you'll find out, as St. Clair has a 4-0 lead with a minute left.
It's now or never, but I think it's never at this point here. To find 4 goals to just even get into an overtime scenario. I mean, nothing against Heartland. They're a fantastic squad, especially defensively, but just not been able to find themselves the back of the net here more than once in any of these games here. So unfortunate, but Saints just, again, as the kids would say, they're kind of cracked.
Yeah, kids nowadays, that's what they would say as the pass from Jay and Comp. I don't think he was expecting that pass, but I think they're just not trying to score, just trying to keep it out of the net. As I say that, that's going to be just wide of the net. Jay with another shot, and Kamal another shot, just wide of the net.
And I mean, Heartland, they went down swinging, they went down saving. Definitely the thing that they were doing the best at overall in this game. But like I say time and time again, you can save the first shot, but what happens for the second and third if it happens? What happens to the rebounds? And that's honestly what bit Heartland overall here in this series, as we do see like over 6 saves across the board, with Trayton finding so many. But it just goes to show how many shots the Saints were getting in the first place, which was just too much to handle. So Saints going to be moving on to play BSU, and that's going to be at a 12:45 start. No, not 12:45. I've been looking at the PST time. It's going to be 3:45. That's what bit me earlier, by the way. But 3:45 is going to be the next matchup, so just barely over 15 minutes from now. But we're going to be joining the green roster for their matchup, assuming that there is no forfeits in the brackets after that. They are currently waiting on Oregon and Boise State. So we're going to have that matchup in just 15 minutes time. But before we do close out here for this first matchup of the day, have any final thoughts here for Heartland or Saints Gold?
Oh man, Heartland, there's a few things they need to work on, but I mean, I can see them going farther in the lower bracket. They're definitely played great. They got denied from the crossbar a few times. Unfortunate. Same with St. Clair, but those key moments for Heartland that could have turned the game around, the crossbar, and ended those chances. But again, it's only one series, so you go into the lower bracket. Wish them the best of luck, and I think they'll make it pretty far in that.
Absolutely. Definitely not a bad squad in its own right, but just Saints were just on fire to start things off here, being limited to just 1, maybe 2 goals. Meanwhile, you're sitting at like 3 and 4. There's nothing that I guess you can do there for Heartland this time by. Yes, they got kind of ripped off a few times from the crossbar, but at the same time, so did the Saints. So, unfortunately for Heartland squad, gonna have to take the long way to get themselves into the finals, going through the lower brackets. But that being said, we'll be taking ourselves a very brief breather. That's a bit of a tongue twister now, ain't it? We're going to take a breather here in between games as we have our next one at 3:45. 15 minutes before we get started on that one. We'll get to see what's going on with Saints Green in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned.